10 o'clock news, this is Alan King.
Allan Beswick.
Good evening. Anyone fancy a Chinese? An hour from now, as you're lying there having your stitches taken in, you'll wish you had had one. Aren't they funny, Chinese meals? They never seem right. Keep finding bits in them, like snails. Like just fell off a window. I've not a clue who this is. They haven't even looked. I don't know what it is. I've never heard it before. I don't care about it. I don't know what it is. It's got a sheriff's badge on it, if that helps. Jason Birch. Why am I saying Jason Birch, you might well ask? I shall tell you why I am saying it. Because if I don't say it, nobody else will. Strikes me as being a good enough reason. Anyway, he lives at Sedgley Avenue in Rochdale and says, could you please say, how do? And he's put an umlaut in it. You see, because we've mentioned on the programme before, he's decided he's having one. An umlaut, that is, to everyone in Rochdale, especially Paul Wilde, Siggy, whose name I don't approve of, Rachel Caroline B, Bobby Ball, a very famous person, and Wayne Hill, a not very famous person. I would be grateful if you would do this. I've just done it. Greg McGovern, of an address that I cannot read, but number 39 anyway, wants to say how do to Margaret Gaskell for being a very good mum. Isn't that nice? She may well be a good mum, but she got a different name to you, pal. Oh, very bizarre. Remember this one? Then you're a million years old. You ought to be dead and buried by now. Del Shannon and Run Away. I can't remember it now. It's been so long it's been. My bit's coming. Just got to have a gargle. I'm nearly ready. The mic's still on. Alright. Here we go. Oh, we're not got there yet? No, it's not that. Oh, we'll start again. I'm not missing this. It's a good bit, this. Hang on, we'll have this again. Here we go. And I wonder. I knew I'd get one. Why? She ran away. You don't feel proper till you've had a few wah-wahs, do you really? You've got to have a few wah-wahs to get you through the day. Darren Appleton of Tulketh High School apparently clearly wants to say how do to Mark Reed of Broadgate, because he's working picking lettuces. Lettuce is spelt L-E-T-T-U-C-E, not lettuce. It's actually lettuce, if you prefer. Would you say how do to everyone at Archbishop Beck High School, especially Woody and Roggo? Good Lord. This comes from Neil Roggan and Philip Wood, who no doubt are the self-same Woody and Roggo. I'm also required to say how do to Vicky Barr in Runcorn. They come from Warbrick Avenue, Aintree in Liverpool. Oh, this sounds awfully exciting, doesn't it? Can't think why, because it isn't. Have you the slightest... Stop doing that. Have you the slightest inkling as to what that load of dross was about? Neither have I. And to be perfectly frank, I don't think the people that are singing it have either. I think they know not. It's been glued together. It comes from Joan Collins. Oh no, Joan Collins in Blackpool. That's close. I wonder where the wrinkles actually stop, because her belly button's now on about her forehead, isn't it? Joan Collins. Never mind. How do? You didn't read me dedication last time, so please read it this time. Please say a big how do to Karen Ford. And tell her to get practising for Sports Day at Elmsley School in Blackpool. And will you play True Love by Maurice Jamel? I spoke to Maurice today, and he's coming in on Tuesday which I think is the 7th of July, a week on Tuesday, is coming in. We're going to interview him during the course of the first part of the programme, so it is not to be missed. Joan Collins, I will not play his record tonight. We've got a better crap track than that tonight, if you can believe it. It's Gravy by D.D. Sharp, and we'll be playing it in about a quarter of an hour. A few moments ago, we mentioned Joan Collins. Not Joanne in Blackpool, I think it was, but Joan. We did it en passant whilst referring to Joanne. Now, you might wonder the relevance at repeating that dastardly name. It's merely that the next record, by coincidence, is Booker T and the MGs, and it's Time Is Tight. Unlike some people I could mention. Time is tight. It's also sponsored by the Newmarket Waterloo Road. When did England win the Football World Cup? Or more accurately, more specifically perhaps, what year did England win the Football World Cup? If you know that, write in and tell us. Because if you do, and we put it in big at as we will, and it's first out as it might be, you'll win top 10 singles. From next Sunday's network chart, no less. What do you want? Oh, you're always losing your pen. Buy another. It was only a nasty little bick or something. A shilling. Well, you had the damn thing because it was shilling. I'm running a programme here, pal. I'll have to do the record again now. This is a grot spot. We're not supposed to interrupt this. There's certain traditions on this programme. Get out of here. Go on. Come on, baby. Graham Sparrow of Padiham sent us that, which proves all that they say about the people of East Lancashire, but I don't think. Gravy for my potatoes or something. Absolutely dross. We're playing a lot of garbage tonight. So, what's new?
Ring him if you dare.
Allan Beswick, the late night show.
And the telephone number is Preston 561,000. The lines are now open for you to book your call. If you wish to ring our Rod, you're more than welcome. Preston 561,000. He'll require your telephone number in order for us to ring you back. Preston 561,000. The lines are now engaged and no doubt will remain that way until 2 o'clock in the morning. But if you want to get on, you've got to try. Here's Eric Clapton with a little help from Tina Turner. Mutton dressed as lamb. I'm writing to say how much I enjoy your programme. I like the way you play all the music in the first hour and then get on with the calls. Why aren't you on Friday night anymore? I am Patricia Fennelly. I am on Friday. I've had the occasional one off of late. One because I couldn't be bothered coming in. One because I was going somewhere else. That's two. I don't know what the other one was for, but it was probably as inconsiderate a reason as that. But any road, I'll be here tomorrow, all being well, unless the complaints work their way through by then. Burley Street, Mutley Willers is from whence you write. Could you play a request? Anything by Rosie Vayler, never heard of her. Or something by you two, for David from Patricia, but don't say my second name. Well, you should have put that at the beginning of the letter, shouldn't you, you divvy? I've already done it. Always one of these, I hate these. Michael Brown. I have submitted to you some insurance company claims. Coming home, I drove into the wrong house and collided with a tree that I don't have. I thought my window was down, but I found it was up when I put my head through it. In an attempt to kill a fly, I drove into a telephone pole. To avoid hitting the car in front, I struck the pedestrian, and we've heard all these before. They've been everywhere, and we don't want any more of them. Good grief. Send us some original stuff. We don't want no more of this repeat garbage. We've seen it all before. Here's a guy who's seen it all before. Cliff Richard. No S, you see. My Pretty One. I haven't seen it for ages. What a slim. Apparently he was on Top of the Pops this evening. I didn't see it. I have considerable number of better things to do with my time than watch that dross. However, some people did see it. Probably about 36 million people saw it. I wonder if they enjoy it. I don't wonder at all. I don't give a damn whether they enjoyed it or not. On Saturday, this coming Saturday at 2 o'clock, I'm going to be at Moorfield School, which is near Moorfield... No, it's not. It's near Moor Park, Preston. I'll be there at 2, opening their summer fair. Judging by the weather outside, I'll be wearing a sou'wester and carrying a golfing umbrella. Not that I play golf, but I can manage to carry the umbrella. I'll just have to find it in the wardrobe. I'll have to find the wardrobe first. Moorfield School, 2 o'clock, Moor Park, Preston. This coming Saturday. Get along there, spend some brass. They like you spending brass. I quite like other people spending brass myself. Pretty good, that, isn't it? Howard Carpendale. Hello again.
Hello.
It's not working, Rodney. Rodney! The thing is, it's gone wrong. What you like with an hammer? I'm holding my mouth wrong. What are you talking about? Work! Work!
Now, it's not everybody that drinks Thwaites bitter dressed in an authentic replica of the Black Prince's full armour. So why do I? Well, my mother says that silver suits me. And besides, me mates will know where I am. Because where else round here can you find a decent pint and a really good night?
Thwaites bitter, when you know what's what.
Ah, this is the life. A bargain holiday thanks to the late booking desk at National Travel World. Oh, we saved ourselves a fortune.
Not only that, but they gave us a microwave for only £7 to £9. I could have had 10% discount off any item over £100 at Centro, but I'd rather have the microwave.
Oh, so that's why you're reading a cookery book now, is it? Well, you won't be doing any cooking for another 2 weeks. We're on holiday.
Oh, yes, I will. I brought the microwave with us.
If you want a last-minute bargain holiday plus a microwave for only £79, book before the 30th of June at National Travel World's late booking desk.
Do you own a video library? Are your tills tingling rather than ringing like a crazed grandfather clock? Then contact Priory Video Wholesale now. They're bigger, they've more choice, which means they pass their savings on to you. Lease, hire or buy all the leading video titles and get some money in your till. Ring Priory Video Wholesale now. On Wigan, that's 0942 495 033. Wigan 495 033.
Priory Video, the leader in home video.
Access welcome.
When you think about cars, it pays to think of John Wilding.
Whether you're planning to buy a new Ford, Lada or Citroen, John Wilding now has all the latest models of all 3 of these makes in stock and waiting for you to test drive. Alternatively, if you're looking at fully guaranteed used, you won't find a better choice than at John Wilding's 2 fabulous showrooms on the A6 at Garstang for Ford and at Westgate Morecambe for Lada and Citroen.
When you think about cars, it pays to think of John Wilding. John Wilding!
Preston 561,000 if you wish to join us on the phone in. It's 10.5 minutes to 11. We'll be talking to Marie soon.
We'll make you laugh, we'll make you smile. You know you'll have some fun on Red Road 301.
How do, Marie?
Hello, Alan.
What can I do for you?
There was a lady on the programme last night, and she said that there was nowhere for the young disabled to go. Now, you know, to give the families a break and, you know, for
Well, she
them a
didn't,
break.
let's be specific. She didn't say the young disabled. She
I
said,
thought she did.
No, she defined. She said there was somewhere for the young disabled to go. Indeed, there was somewhere for the aged to go.
Oh.
It was the people in the middle, I think she said 30 to 50 age range.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I thought she
all
said,
right.
you know, up to 30s. And I was going to say there is, in Preston, the young disabled unit. You know, and it is
And what's
great.
supplied and provided there?
There's all sorts. You know, well, you go in, it's on a week or a fortnightly basis. There's some that are in there, you know, and they've been in quite a while. They stop in, and there's woodwork, printing.
Right. Well, what's
also-
the age range for that one, Marie?
Well, I know, I think there was about 45. It goes up to about 45, I think. I'm not too sure, because my
Well,
husband
that's
went
obviously
in.
somewhere, isn't it?
Well, that's it. My husband went in, and he's 30, 31. You know, so there was all ages in there.
Smashing.
It's not like a hospital, you know, it's just like a
How's it funded?
I think it is funded. It's
Well, obviously
part
it's
of
funded.
Shara Green, I think.
It's part
Well, I
of
would
the
imagine
scheme.
that it's funded by the government.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, no, I would imagine that.
Nice to find something there is, isn't it, really?
Yeah, there is actually,
All
Alan.
right, love. Thanks very much for
Your
ringing.
programme's great, by
Thank
the
you.
way.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
I'll do Alan.
How do, Alan?
What can we do for you?
I'd just like to ask your opinion on something.
Well, I'm not going to tell you unless you give me your opinion first.
Well, okay, then I'll tell you the story first. It happened a few days ago, and I was out playing tennis with my brother locally, around where I live here. And we was playing tennis, and we'd been on for about an hour. And, like, there's no times on the tickets when you're supposed to be on and off. And we paid with money, and we got with rackets, and off we went playing tennis. And these other two kids came and sat down on our court, and they started to watch us. And my younger brother said to me, he says, we're going to be asked to get off in a minute. So I says, oh, that's okay. Anyway, sure enough, about 5 minutes later, the guy from the pavilion-like thing come up and told us to get off. So when I went round to the pavilion, I says, I think it's a bit unfair being told to get off, because the reason I say that is because there's 4 courts, and there was 2 being used. We was on one of them. And there was another 2 courts that weren't being used. In all fairness, the other 2 courts were in a lot better condition than the one we was on. Or in a lot worse condition, I should say, than the one we were on.
Yeah, what's the point you want to make?
The point I'd like to make is that I think it was just wrong that we was asked to get off.
Well, if you pay for a length of time,
Uh-huh.
and you're saying that there's no notices to that effect, but you should have asked when you went, or the guy should have told you. But if you pay for a length of time, once that time's expired, you should get off.
Yeah, but what time?
I've no idea, but did you ask? Did you say, is it not
I
there to
said-
be a time limit? And
I
what
said
time
to the
did the
guy-
chap say?
I said to the guy, there's no time limit. And he says, well, I think we've been very fair to you. And I says, well, I think you haven't.
So did he agree that there was no official time limit, and he was just creating one himself? Then the man's a prat. You should have said, I'm not coming off.
Yeah, that's what I said when we came off.
Is it council run?
Yes, it is.
Then I suggest you write to the council.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Cheers. I'll do Tim.
I'll do.
What do you want?
I'd like to speak about nuclear weapons, if I may, Alan.
Be very quick.
Well, you see, I agree with disarmament, but one thing worries me is that somebody, I'm not going to name somebody, but somebody from Libya could sort of get a scientist, once it's all been disarmed, who can still make a nuclear weapon and hold the world at ransom with that nuclear weapon. Do you see what I mean, Alan?
Oh, fine, I'll accept anything you say. I'm not talking about nuclear weapons tonight. I'm bored with them.
Well, listen, Alan.
We've got your point. That's the end of it. I'll do Natasha.
Hello, I'd like to speak about Margaret Thatcher's proposed policy in YTS.
Go on.
The part I disagree with is that those who are forced to do a YTS, which is no use to me or some of the other people, is because they won't get social benefit from if they don't do it.
Well, first of all, you say that it won't be of any use to you. We don't know that that is the case. But what do you want that YTS cannot provide?
Well, because any that are in my area, and I can't leave home because I'm only 16, and it won't be a very good idea.
Tell me about what you want that they can't provide. That was the question.
It's drama. Anything.
You want drama. Why should you be given time to learn drama?
Because that's the only good thing that I'm good at, and I think that's the only thing that I could make a good living out of.
Well, unfortunately, the chances of you making good living out of being an actor or actress are zilch.
Yeah, but
there's more of them on the dole than hotels.
I think there's a good chance of doing anything to do with theatre for me,
Why do you think there is?
because I know that I'm good in it.
Well, that ain't enough, I can tell you.
I know that.
That is nothing like enough. You can be the best actor in the world, you'll still be unemployed.
I know that there's a lot of people who are good at drama as well, and good at a lot of other subjects, which are not.
Well, why don't you go on to college if you're so damn clever at it?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Get yourself into drama school.
Yeah, that's what
You'll get a scholarship. If you're so good, you'll get a scholarship.
Yes, but
so don't worry about the YTS. Get yourself
what I'm worried about, because
get yourself into drama school.
What I'm worried about is because
If you're good enough, you'll get a scholarship to drama school.
Yeah.
Get it done. I'll do Ian.
All right, Alan.
Yes.
I'd just like to say, I think Nostradamus' prophecy is a load of rubbish.
You think what is?
Nostradamus' prophecy.